Alright guys, so first things first is you're going to want all that trig and train rule notes. So you basically want your ones with all the trig on there. I know we've worked on it a couple days, but it's Monday. Let's refresh our memories. We're going to do some more chain rule, especially involving trig. Excuse me, my heartburn's really bad today. So what we do first when we take the chain rule of trig is we take the derivative of the trig. Okay, in this case, derivative sine is cosine. So I have cosine of the stuff inside, which in this case is 5x. Now I need to take the derivative of what's inside, just like the chain rule tells me to, which is 5. And then my answer is 5 cosine of 5x. Sorry guys, I'm still getting used to the placement of this video here. Who's it? It's nifty, but I forget about it sometimes. So, sorry, I'll try and watch my extra screen so I don't forget. Alright, well, now we have cosecant to the 4th of x, which is the same thing as cosecant, what is the right cosine? Which is the same thing as cosecant x to the 4th. Remember how we had rewritten it last week like that? So when we do that, it's saying that we can bring that 4 down. Maybe. There we go. Cosecant. 4 minus 1 is 3. Now what I need to do is take the derivative of the cosecant. Is cosecant itself, or is it a squared one? Good, it's itself with a buddy, and it's negative. So I have negative cosecant x, cotangent x. And that's all being multiplied together, because there's parentheses around this big guy too. So when I deal with this thing, I can only multiply what is the same. So negative and a 4 gives me negative 4. I have 3 cosecants here multiplied by 1 more, which makes it a 4th one. So I have negative 4 cosecant to the 4th of x, cotangent of x. Ooh, I'm going to move this guy down because I don't have a lot of room left. You guys always have the extra side, however, extra side of your page. So, this guy's going to be fun. The reason being he's going to be fun is I have something times something, which means I need to use product rule. So we're going to start this product rule like normal. So first, which is sine of x, times the derivative of the second. So we're getting kind of used to rewriting, knowing that 5 out here is the same as 5 inside to the 5th power, yeah? Okay. So bring that 5 down, cosine 4th of x. The derivative of cosine is not sine or opposite or negative. So it's the first part, plus. So far all I've done is taken the first times the derivative of the second I need chain rule on, plus the second times the derivative of the first, which the derivative of that first guy is cosine of x. That's all I have for chain rule. Now we're going to multiply stuff together. Super. So I have 5, a negative, and no other numbers going on out front. So I have negative 5. I have a sine and I have a sine, so I have sine squared. Cosine to the 4th of x. Now, does it matter if you put sine or cosine first? No, it really doesn't. Typically, you do sine, then cosine. It's kind of like x, then y. Just is. I don't know off the top of my head. It just is. That's all I got for you. Then let's take a look at multiplying this stuff over here. Well, I don't have any coefficients, so nothing to get multiplied, but I have 5 cosines and multiplied by 1 more, which means I have cosine to the 6th. And since I don't have any like terms, I can't add or subtract anything, so that's just my answer. Double chain rule, question mark? We kind of saw this when we dealt with our turkey last week. So I wanted to, I'm going to move this guy down a little bit. Hang out down there for a minute while I scoochy these guys over. Scoochy, scoochy. Okay, we saw double chain rule when we did our turkey on the body and kind of page 4. It wasn't all double chain rule, but the turkey body definitely was. So that's why I started the day on Wednesday. That's why I started Wednesday with doing with the turkey. So let's start this first one. I'm going to take the derivative of the thing with the exponent. So I'm going to bring that exponent down first because that's like saying something cubed and then we're going to take the derivative of something later. So I'm going to bring down that 3 sine squared of 4x. Let's try that again. So I've brought down that 3. I guess this way. It's really hard to tell with the computer. I'm all backwards. So bring down that 3 minus the 2, minus the 1 to give me 2. Now I'm going to take the derivative of sine. The derivative of sine is cosine. And it's not going to be cosine x because it's not just sine x, it's sine 4x. So it's going to be cosine 4x. Well, I still haven't taken the derivative of the stuff in the very, 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 very center, which is at 4x. So I need to do it because I need to take the derivative of everything. So times 4. So I'm going to go ahead and put what I can together. So 4 and 3 are coefficients, so I can stick them all together outside. So that's 12. Sine squared of 4x cosine of 4x. And that's all I can say on that problem. Crap. Sorry, guys. I'm trying. There's nothing else I can multiply in or change to make it any simpler. That's simplified. Let's try it again. Alright, so I'm going to bring down now. I know I see I have an exponent with the squared and the cosine, but I'm having the cosine of this stuff. So I'm going to start by bringing down that 5 cosine to the 4th of 6x squared. The derivative of cosine is not sine, so I'm going to have opposites of sine of all that stuff. Don't know why it keeps highlighting stuff, it's going to be irritating. Times the derivative of the very, very, very center stuff, which would give me 12x. Alright, so we're going to look to multiply things together. I've got that 5, the negative sign, and the 12x. So I'm going to have negative 12 times 5, which gives me 60. So I have negative 60x cosine to the 4th of 6x squared sine of 6x squared. Now again, I said more people put cosine or sine versus sine before cosine. Whichever they kind of come in order. My cosine came first, so I put cosine first. It's really not going to knock you points if you don't have it in the right order. I can't put anything else together with that problem, so did it again. There we go. Scroll down, move guy up. We're gonna do this guy. So we're gonna take the derivative of tangent to the 8th of 8x cubed. So bring down the 8 first. Tangent to the 7th of 8x cubed. Derivative of tangent is, ooh, that's my squared guy. So he's secant squared of that stuff. Times the derivative of that stuff, which gives me 24x squared. So let's look for things we can multiply. I've got that 8. Well, this 8 here is this tangent, so it's not a thing. This is the secant, so that's not a thing, but I have this guy. So I'm going to take 8 times 24, which gives me 192. Oh, too far. X squared. Tangents to the 7th of 8x cubed secant squared of 8x cubed. Same thing with tangents and secants. However you want to put it, I'm not going to be too angry as long as you have every piece. Alright, there's your homework.